Hi everyone, we're going to do a series of videos covering guitar synthesizers. So let's get started. So over the years I've used about 6 guitar synthesizers that were made by Boss and Roland. Okay, and the ones I have left that I use today you can see on this table. Now the Roland GR55 is an amazing guitar synth and I'm going to continue to use it. And the Boss SY-1000 is probably the most underrated and best kept secret. This is also an amazing synth. Now let's look over here. And you can see I just received from Sweetwater the Boss GM-800 with all the accessories you would need. Now, this is the upgraded synth that may replace the GR55. This is the latest and the greatest. So, in this video, I will do an unboxing of the synth and all the accessories. Then I will compare the GM-800 to the Roland GR55. Okay, let's begin by opening up the GM-800. So let's go ahead and open up the box. Let's see what all we got here. It's like a manual of some sort. And we have probably power supplies over here. And our, looks like the standard power supply that comes with all of these guitar synths. Yeah, it looks like the same thing. Same exact power supply actually that powers all the other ones. Like a little light, blue light here or something. But what I'm amazed at is how small this thing is. Look how small this thing is compared to the, the SY-1000 and the GR55. This thing is teeny tiny. Let's see what we got. And there it is. Well, it doesn't look like much, but it's supposed to be a lot powerful than the other ones. Here's our back. Okay, we have a in and out. That's for your for the new pickup actually. Here's our outputs, left and right. We have some control expression pedals that we can use. Okay, and we can have a control switch as well. Looks like we have our connection to a computer right there for all the software. Here is for a flash drive or thumb drive. Basically, my guess is that's used to store sounds or something of that nature. And then here are MIDI connections over here, and here's our power. Okay, so let's go ahead and move the box out of the way. Now this synth sells for about $749, we'll say $750 really. And then you notice it doesn't come with a pickup, you have to buy the pickup. Now you can use the older pickups. You can use the GK3 pickups on it, but I don't know what the tracking is like on that. Well, we're going to plug it in and we'll find out here in a minute. So here is the new GK5 pickup. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open that up as well. Another manual for the G5 pickup. Looks like we have a QR code here. And then here's the pickup itself. Take it out. Here's a mounting bracket. Now this mounting bracket, the way this works is that you take the tail piece off of your electric guitar, and this slides in where you connect your strap, which is right in here, and then this holds the pickup, which is right here. So this is interesting. This is the pickup. Now what I see about this pickup, the first impression is, okay. Yeah, the first impression I have is that it only has one output for a cable. I don't see any volume knob on it. There is no volume knob or anything like that. So I'm going to put that aside over here. This is part of the mounting hardware we're going to need. More mounting hardware. So that is the new GK5 pickup. So now, let's go ahead and look at these boxes. So far, we have $250, $750. So you're looking at $1,000. Here is the converter box. So if you have some older guitar synths, or if you have guitar synths, or the guitar pickups, and you want to use the old guitar pickups with this synth, then you can use these converter boxes. Let's see what each one does here. So this one, here's a power supply, it looks like. Once again, here's our instructions with a QR code. Okay. And here is the converter box itself. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and take a look at, see what this one does. Get it out of the bag here. GKC-AD, GK converter. Okay. So GK in. So what this box is for is if you have the old GK3 pickup, you plug it into here, and then you can plug out this way into the, you can use the cable. I got the cable around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so here's a special cable that comes with the guitar synth. Okay, so what you would do is if you have an old GK3 pickup, you're going to plug this in into here. Then this is going to plug in to the GK out, and that's going to go into the guitar synth, which is right here. But you also have a guitar out, so you can run this out into like an effects pedal or something of that nature. So if you have a GK3 pickup and you still want to use it, you would need this box. And this box is $199.99. So let's just say $200. Interesting enough. I'll put that aside here. So this is our GKC-DA. Okay, let's see what this does. There's another adapter box. We're going to take this and put it over here. This one's a different color. Same type, looks like the same type of an adapter. Is it the same adapter? Let's see. Yeah, same adapter. Okay. On the specs, that looks like to be the GKC-DA. It says on this one. This one. So they're labeled GKC-AD. So they're both labeled. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm glad they're labeled. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this converter box out. Now, what is this one for? Oh, okay. This apparently allows you, if you're using the pickup, if you're using this pickup right here, and you're going to plug in with this cable, this allows you to go in, and then you can take a GK connection out, so you can use this pickup essentially with older guitar synths. So you can put this on one of your guitars, and you can use this in the SY-1000, and you can use it with the GR55. That's what it's for. Okay, so one box allows you to use this pickup with older guitar synths. This box allows you to use the older pickups with the new guitar synth. Okay, so I have made a few observations, and there are some things that I would like to point out. First of all, notice the size difference of the Roland GR55 when compared to the GM-800. But the thing that is really interesting to me is the pickup. Let's look over here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can show you. Okay, so the GK3 pickup has a volume knob for the synth, so you can adjust the volume of the synth. Okay, also you have a switch here, so you can go for the regular guitar pickups or the GK synth pickup. Then you can also change patches using these buttons right here. Now if you look at the guitar pickup, the GK5 pickup, there are no controls on this pickup whatsoever, which means you have to control everything from this little tiny GM-800. Now, there is no way to control the volume. So if you're live, you want to turn the volume down, no way to do it. So you're going to need to get some sort of an expression pedal or something that you can use to control the volume for the GM-800. Now, what is cool is that you can use a converter box here, and then you can use your GK3 with this. Now, this is $199, right? And this is $250. So if you already have a GK3 pickup, it's just better just probably to buy this box. Now, I don't know what the difference is between the tracking of this pickup and this pickup right here, but we're going to run some tests probably in the next video, and we'll cover what the difference in the tracking is. But what we're going to do now is we're going to plug this into the GM-800 and see how well it tracks with the older pickup. Now, by the time you buy the other box, the black box, and this pickup, you're in it for $450. If you want to hang on to your GR55 and you want to hang on to your SY1000 or whatever old guitar synth you might have, you're going to have to, when you want to use a new pickup, you're going to need a new pickup, and you're going to need that black box. So I don't know if there's a big difference in tracking, if that kind of an investment is warranted. Now, obviously, if you're new to the guitar synth world and you're getting the GM-800, then of course you're going to want to just get the pickup, and you wouldn't really have to worry about anything else. But by the time you get the pickup and the black box and the cable and everything, you're going to be into this thing for about $1,500 when it's all said and done. For $200, $250, $750, and $49 for the cable. And you're probably going to need another cable too, so probably $100 for two cables. And then you're going to need to get an expression pedal too, which is going to be another $100 or so, maybe $100, $150. I don't remember what those go for. But so you can see they've divided everything up, so you buy everything independently. So you wind up spending a little bit more money than just for this. Now, the sounds in this are supposed to be a lot better. And what we're going to do now is we're going to plug the GK3 into this. And we're going to plug this into the system. And we're going to see what kind of sounds we get. And we're going to see what the tracking is like. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so before we turn on the system, I want to show you kind of how we have this set up. So the regular pickups come out of here into our GK3. Here's our GK3 pickup. Okay, we have our 13-pin cable coming out of here. And that cable basically is run to this gray box right there. Okay, so we have our GK in right here. Then this GK out goes to the guitar synth. And then this guitar out goes to a pedal board or pedal effects like the GT-100 or the GT-1000. And then this is our power supply right here. Okay, so if we look at our guitar synth, the way this is wired is pretty simple. From our gray box, here's our cord that comes in. Okay, and then over here, out, left and right. So this goes into a Behringer mixer. And then right here, this out, this is a control out, which goes into this expression pedal right here. So that is basically how the system is set up. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on and we're going to set everything up. So now we have everything turned on, and the first thing I'm going to tell you is that there's no power button on the box and there's no power button on the GM-800. You just plug it in and it boots itself up for some reason. I don't know why they didn't put power buttons on. I don't even know if they're needed. So I'm going to exit out of this. So I'm going to show you a few things about setting this up. So one thing to know is that there's a locking mechanism that locks you out so that you can't turn these by accident. And if you hold down the exit and the menu button together, it says knob lockout. Now the knobs, you can turn them, but they won't work. And so you have to unlock it, just hold down the buttons again, and it unlocks it, so now the knobs are going to work. So the first thing we have to do in setting up is go to the menu button. So I'm going to hit the menu button right here. And now we have our options right in here. And what we need first is in and out settings. So if you hit that, we go to in and out settings, okay, and we're looking for output select, which is this one right here. So by the select button, it takes us over to output select, and if we hit on that, right? So here's our options down here. Output select line phones. So basically, if you're going into a mixer, or if you're going into a powered speaker, like a QSC powered speaker or something of that nature, this is what you're going to use. If you're using headphones, this is what you're going to use. Rotate it over one, and it says output select guitar amp. So if you're plugging this into a guitar amp, that's what you would select. Now, how many people do you know that plug a keyboard synthesizer into a guitar amp? Now, if that's all you have, I understand, but you're not going to get the full dynamic range of this guitar synth by plugging it into a guitar amplifier. Okay, they cap out at 5K or to 7K, guitar amps do, and this has a much wider frequency range. So you're not going to really get the full sound of this thing by plugging into a guitar amplifier. So if you can, and if you have a mixer, or if you want to use headphones, select to line phone. Make sure it's plugged that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and exit out of this. And now we have GK settings. We're going to get to that. We click on GK settings, and here's our pickup, 01 GK settings. Now we can have, if I actually right here, if I scroll down, you can see that we can have up to 20 different profiles of pickups. So you can have 20 different guitars with 20 different types of GK pickups. And you can profile up to 20 guitars. That's pretty good. I only have like 5, so I'm not even going to tap into that. So we'll go down to 1. So to change our pickup type, we're just going to go down to here where it says GK5, and we can use this to scroll the gain. It changes it to GK3. Okay, one more, and then it changes it to GK2A. One more, and it changes it to GC1. Then you have the piezo pickups, which are found in guitars like the Godin, and then the different types. You know, if you're using different types of pickups are right here. And here is a GK5B for the bass. Okay, and now we have the GK2B pickup. Then we have the piezo B, which is Bragg's, LR Bragg's type of piezo. So depending on the type of piezo you're using or the type of system you have, this is where you're going to select your pickup. We have a GK3. So what you're going to do is you're going to page over, and here's our sensitivity. So you will go ahead and adjust the sensitivity using this knob. Okay, so let's go ahead and exit out of this, and we'll go to the GK settings. Okay, let's hit the page back. There we go. So now we're where we need to be. And we're going to go ahead and go back to the 5. Now I've already set this pickup up. So all I'm going to do is go to select up like that. And then I'm going to select 2. So number 2 is set up for this guitar right here. So now we're ready to play some sounds, play some tones. We got it all configured. So next we're going to play some sounds and see what this thing can do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play a few of the patches here. I've gone through all of them and I've selected some to show you. Some sounds from the GR55 you can find in here, but also there's a lot of new sounds. It does track better than the GR55. Now I just plugged it in. I haven't really set up the pickup. I haven't got into the detailed settings to make it track any better. So this is just straight out of the box without any detailed setup. We have an initial setup, but no detailed setup. So I'm going to play some of these patches, just a few of them, and just take a few minutes to go through them. And you can kind of hear the difference. So let's start with this one, Piano Symphony. that tracks a lot better than the GR55, believe it or not. Then the piano tracks better. One way to see the difference in the tracking is looking at keyboard type sounds. So let's go to fretless bass, which is 14. It's kind of a cool little fretless bass. This sounds pretty cool. Now, what might be mistaken for bad tracking is actually my sloppy playing, just so that you know. I'm not really practiced up. So let's go to the next one, which is horn. So then that's on 16. So 27, which is a harp, which is a harmonica. So let's see if we can get the harmonica sound going here. Let's try 33, which is a soft lead. It's kind of a cool little sound. I like this one. Let's try 36. Which is kind of a electric piano type thing. Here we go. Okay, let's try 40, which is a spooky lead. All you Trekkies out there. Okay, let's try the next one, 49. I like this tone for a lead. Let's try 61. So 61 is a basic organ, progressive organ. Okay, so some of the other differences between the GM-800 and the GR55 is that all of the guitar models and all of the amp models are gone, and all you have here is 4 PCM type synths when you have 2 PCM synths in the GR55. So this is dedicated more to being a synthesizer without all the modeling of the guitar and the amps. So all the VG stuff is taken out. So it's interesting. It has better tracking, a little bit better tracking. We haven't set up the other pickup yet. So what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to plug it all in and get the software situated. And we're going to put the GK5 on a guitar. And we're going to check the difference in tracking, see if there's any difference in tracking between the GK3 and the GK5. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.